I will not stop reaching out. I will not stop sending her gifts. I will not do it, Dawn. I will not.
Things are getting intense on Teen Mom: The Next Chapter. Caitlyn and Tyler are devastated to be blocked by daughter Carly's adoptive parents. Mackenzie's dad almost dies. Cheyenne and Ashley are meeting up after everything they've been through, and Amber's having a pregnancy scare.
I'm just like freaked out right now. I'm scared. Just pray for me.
There is so much to talk about, and we've got exclusive insight from Kate. So let's get into Teen Mom: The Next Chapter. I'm Anna Rumor, and this is Pop Culture Social Call. Let's start with Caitlyn and Tyler, because this is a mess, I'm sorry to say. After Kate took to social media to vent about Carly's parents, Brandon and Teresa, not responding to her, Teresa did respond.
You know, the way that you speak about us online was very hurtful, so we're not going to be responding.
And while Tyler said he's never going to stop expressing himself online, Teresa reached out to their adoption counselor, Dawn, telling her that their bi-weekly updates and all the gifts they've been sending to their house are so out of control and inappropriate. Even with all of this seemingly spiraling out of control, Caitlyn has been continuing to text Teresa about Carly until she figures out she's been blocked.
The fact that you're blocking without any explanation, I don't want to even call it blocking, you're closing the adoption. You are closing the open adoption with no explanation of why.
Caitlyn and Tyler are at a loss at this point, so they meet up with Dawn to get her insight, and it might not be what they expected.
Blocking is something children do, in my opinion.
Or could it be that if their opinion is different than yours and they've asked for space and they've asked for things to chill and that hasn't happened, then is it the only alternative that they can see?
Dawn points out that Caitlyn and Tyler have a lot of power as reality TV stars, so when they're talking about Brandon and Teresa and Carly online, it might cause problems.
A lot of hurt happens when we live our lives out on social media.
And while Caitlyn explained that she would 100% step back if she felt like this was something Carly wanted, Dawn asked her if it was fair to put that kind of pressure on a young girl. I thought Dawn put this very kindly. She was telling Caitlyn and Tyler that maybe just taking a step back just for now would be best for their relationship with Carly, even if it's tough.
That's not fair, Dawn.
Is loss ever fair? It isn't. It's not fair. You're right.
Yeah, but I chose wanting to know information so I wouldn't have what ifs, and here I am. When it comes to something that I gave them,
Yeah.
that is overly hurtful.
And I was hopeful to have a positive update to share with everyone, but when I talked to Kate ahead of the premiere, she revealed she's still blocked.
No, there still is zero communication. I'm still blocked. I was told that I can no longer send gifts to their house anymore either. So it's just been kind of, you know, now I'm just like living in what ifs, and I always never wanted to live in what ifs. That's why I chose an open adoption for me and for her. And now I am with all of the what ifs.
Amber had a tough episode this week too. Leah is turning 16, she's getting a car from Gary and Christina, but they say Ambrose kind of disappeared from their lives.
I want Leah to have a relationship with her mother for the sake of her, but at this point, it's really like not even, I don't feel like it's worth it.
And when camera crew showed up to film, she wouldn't open the door until they brought her a pregnancy test.
You're pregnant.
I mean, it's possible. It was an ex.
Oh, man.
It was a complete, like, aftershock breakup.
Right.
I'm just, like, freaked out right now. I'm scared.
At first, I was like, dear God, what's happening here? But when the crew returns the next day, Amber admits she made the whole thing up to get out of filming.
But you're not pregnant.
When you start lying in order to be alone, that's me in, like, the darkest.
She said she's still reeling from when her ex-fiance, Gary Waite, went missing. I mean, he was fine, he just wanted to get out of the relationship. But Amber said being left like that and everyone thinking she killed him was traumatic. Asked what the future holds, Amber said,
Trying to figure out how I'm gonna wait for my daughter and not be a horrifically depressed person. I've never been a mom that didn't care. Just a
In another brutal storyline, Mackenzie's dad accidentally shot himself with an arrow in the arm.
He threw something across the room and it happened to be his thing with arrows in it, and some way, somehow, an arrow ricocheted back and went through his arm.
Luckily, her sister was there to tourniquet the arm with a belt, or EMT said he would have been dead in minutes, but it did cause some serious nerve damage and it left Mac totally shaken. Okay, let's try to end on a semi-high note. Ashley and Cheyenne met up after all of their back and forth over the years, and they really seem to be getting along. Ashley was able to open up about Bar facing domestic violence charges.
I don't want to be responsible, and even though I'm not responsible, it's hard to get out of that mindset.
And Cheyenne offered to support her during this tough time.
I'm happy that you're out of it and that you're able to like step away and realize like what you're worth at the end of the day and what Holly's worth and what Holly deserves and what you deserve.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's a high note. That's as high of a note as we're getting this episode, so we'll end there. What did you think? Let me know in the comment section. Like and subscribe while you're there. Then head over to popculture.com for the latest entertainment news. Until next time, I'm Anna Rumor. This is Pop Culture Social Call.